Hi guys, I'm Dr. Lou, and this is Dr. Lou's low carb diet. Right, what we're going to do today, we're going to clean keto. And what is clean keto? What can we eat to make sure we're doing a clean keto diet? And what's the benefits and what's the problems with a clean keto diet? Now, let's start off with some major ideas about a clean keto diet. Here we go. Right, so looking at this one here, we can see quite clearly that the clean keto diet has several major points that you need to understand to roughly guide you through being clean keto. And so clean keto has, well, number one, real whole foods. We want foods that are conducive. We want them great and straight out of the ground, yes, grown or reared on a lovely farm. Now, we want these perfectly for a clean keto diet, and so they're going to be conducive for the keto diet anyway. So, number two, nutrient dense foods. What does this mean? Nutrient dense. That's going to be something which is going to fill you. So, nutrient dense foods are going to fill you with loads of those nutrients that are conducive for health and for you to have a diet. Now, when you come into understanding that, you will see, okay, this is fantastic. I'm getting the foods that are going to make me healthier. They're going to let me have a longer lifespan. These are things that are going to be useful. They're not just empty calories or empty or have very little in a way to contribute to your diet. Okay, so number three, meat, seafood, and eggs. We know these are all going to be pretty much conducive as long as you check them, because some seafood actually can be quite high in carbs, but most is going to be not high in carbs. So we can understand that these are all going to be conducive, especially a lot of meat and eggs. They are all for clean keto. They're all literally coming from nature. These are going to give you lots of nutrients as well as being totally organic. So that is if you make sure you don't go for those full of hormones. Now, number four, low carb, high fat. We want obviously the minimum low carbs, and we want high fat in them. Why? Because that's what you're burning now. So you are burning obviously fat as your main energy. Carbs can, they can take a hike. Avoid processed foods for number five. That means anything that's going to go for a process in a factory, yes, it's going to add chemicals, it's going to change its natural format. That is a big no-no. So that's the main idea there. So let's jump on and then let's go through the main food types that you're not allowed to touch. So there's no, cloudy, foggy area. We know what they are. And at that same time, we know that they're going to be working. Okay, so here we go. Looking at the first food type, we have refined carbs and grains. You can see here we have cereals, we have pasta, we have rice, we have bread, we have crackers. All of these, not a chance. These guys are going to ruin any keto diet, whether it's clean or dirty. But when you come for a clean diet, you don't want any type, because in a dirty one, you can have maybe a slice of bread, or you could have two crackers. This is something because of the high impact on your blood sugar, or because how they give you enough carbs in one serving. This is trying to say to you, we don't want them on the diet. Now, yes, you can't have all your frosted cereals. Yes, these are not going to be conducive, even in a small amount, on a ketogenic diet anyway, but also definitely a clean diet will not allow them. So moving on, sugar and sweet foods. These again are completely, quite logical as to why you can't have them on keto anyway, and you shouldn't really have them on any keto diet. Sugar and sweet foods. You've got cookies, you've got chocolate, you've got hard candies, yes, or sweets we call them in the UK. We've got processed sugar, we've got honey, yes, we've got loads of different types of processed made foods with chocolate in them. These are a no-no. Yes, on a keto diet, having dark chocolate, and especially with very little carbs. Yes, you can have these. These are fine. Now, the main idea there is that this is showing you that this is a big no-no as well for clean keto. Do not have them on clean keto. Okay, on to the next group. This is somewhere where a lot of people can actually make mistakes, and certain innocent mistakes. So we have high carb vegetables. Yes, that's right. The vegetables that are good for you, they are a big no-no on clean keto. Yes, you can have some of these on a dirty keto, but the main idea is we don't want to have high carb vegetables. They're just not conducive for a clean keto. They're just too high in starches. So, for example, sweet corn there, that is going to be unbelievably amount of carbs. Yes, something like 13 to 15 grams per 100 grams. You don't want that. It's too high. It's going to tempt you. It's going to push you out of your diet. Just too many. That is not going to be conducive for a clean keto. Then you're going to have potatoes, yeah, all different types of potatoes that are not going to help you or be conducive. Yes, you love them on a normal diet, but they're not conducive for a clean keto diet. Okay, moving on to the next group. These are now again going to be, unfortunately, a bit of a shock. We can see we have ultra processed keto foods. So first of all, most processed foods you should avoid because it has lots of chemicals, and clean keto advocates not having chemicals. We don't want so many man-made things. We want natural. We want pure. We want everything that's going to work. So ultra processed foods, keto foods. Yes, it's unfortunate. On a dirty keto, you're fine. So don't forget that, these are usually a good lifeline, or it's good for your psychology, or they're going to help you through the diet. So yes, these are a lifeline to some people, but you've got to remember that some of them have a lot of problems. Now, when you come into it, yes, you have brands that are actually quite natural, and they try to use, certain natural ingredients or natural flavoring. So they're a lot better. For example, you have a British brand called Be Keto. I'm sure you have other brands in the USA as well. But for example, Be Keto, yet they kind of sacrifice on some side. The flavor might not be as great as the processed food, but they're a lot healthier. Some of them are fantastic in flavor, and it's by choosing the right one. So what it comes down to understanding, unfortunately, any type of processed bar you take out of any type of ketogenic aisle or low carb aisle, they're not going to be a no. Even if they are good for a keto diet, they're not going to be seen as great because they're too processed with too many sweeteners that are unnatural, or things that are going to cause an impact on a clean keto diet. So okay, so this next group looking at oils. So certain oils. Now we have seed oils. You can see here we have sunflower oil, we have soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil. Why? Well, because these are massively highly processed oils. They go through a massive process. They go through a way where people are going to be able to, understand that lots of chemicals are added and still present after they've been added. And basically, because it's the ultra processing method they use to extract the oil. And at the same time, these are going to have maybe certain negative effects when you burn them. So again, whereas this is seen as not great for a clean keto diet, they're not going to have much of an impact on any type of low carb diet or a dirty keto diet, or even a semi-dirty keto diet. So the main idea is it could be semi-clean, and you might have one of this or a bit of that, and it's not going to make it, obviously a bad diet. Now, what we can see, obviously, in this next group is something which is quite interesting. Most fruits. Why most fruits? Well, the reason why, just like vegetables, you have to understand that your fruit is going to have a lot of issues. Why? Because it contains a lot of a sugar called fructose. Now, this is going to cause issues. Yes, it's not going to cause a massive issue like drinking fructose corn syrup or anything like this, but the whole idea is that fructose is a sugar. Yes, having too much of it is linked to usually fatty liver and issues. So you have to be careful, but still when you eat fruit, it's still conducive for a normal diet because you're eating it, and that fruit has lots of fiber and lots of vitamins, and it's going to be conducive for your health because you hit your blood sugar with a lot of fiber, meaning the impact is much less. So fruits are very good for you, but obviously in limitation for high carb ones, such as bananas, which have a huge amount of sugars in them. So you're going to be looking at around about 20 grams per 100 grams for bananas, and that is a lot of sugar. So you have to avoid these on a keto diet as well, but also when it comes to a clean keto, you must avoid them. They're just too high in carbs and a big sugar hit for some of them. Okay, so moving on, we come up to our last group here, which you must avoid at all costs. You have obviously sugary drinks and alcohol. Now, alcohol, yes, is fine in a normal diet as long as you drink in moderation. So in some alcohol, and so we're talking about phenols where you can get from other things, so you don't have to drink red wine, but they can obviously have some beneficial effect as well. But alcohol and sugary drinks must be sacrificed on a keto diet as well as a clean keto. Now, sugary drinks are going to give you or knock you out of your diet instantly, pretty much, and so will alcohol. So make sure you limit, any access to sugary or alcoholic drinks. You do not want to be tempted. Yes, I know it's bad because usually we have a lot of social life or things that involve going out to the pub or going out to bars, but unfortunately you have to limit it. Order something that's going to be fine, like a diet drink even. Again, but when you talk about for keto, that's fine, but this is processed, so probably not good for a clean keto diet. So again, you'd probably have to have water or something that is really, really not processed. So again, these are a big issue that you have to avoid. Now, summing it up, what's the rule of thumb on a clean keto diet? We want to ensure that we follow a simple rule. And the main thing as a general rule is, right, I want this clean keto rule. And it is, if it's processed, sweet, or grain-based, avoid it. We're going au natural. You want to be healthy. You don't want chemicals in your body. You want to lose weight. You have your answer. So a clean keto diet, yes, it's extremely healthy. It's less realistic, I think, for the majority of people. But if you're someone who's, probably a health fanatic or somebody who wishes to be extremely healthy, this is the one for you. Okay? So, guys, I hope this cleans up everything for you. We understand that this type of clean keto diet, yes, it's difficult to do. And yes, most people will opt for a semi-clean one to a dirty keto diet, which is totally fine. They all work. So the main idea is some want to be super healthy and clean, and you'll find even more benefits, such as, for example, your skin and so on and so forth. So guys, I hope that's cleaned up what clean keto is. Basically, stick to those rules and you've got a clean keto diet. Or stick to some of them and you have a semi-clean keto diet. Don't forget we're all human, and so obviously some people like to have maybe a keto snack. And I would advocate that for psychology, to back you up, to enjoy, to be able to have something that, gives you a decent kind of semi way between clean keto and obviously a dirty keto. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe, guys. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Okay, guys, see you on the next one.